Power, stability, and strong leadership. These are the qualities often associated with governance. But what happens when young people, traditionally seen as the defenders of democracy, start expressing a preference for what? For authoritarianism and authoritarian rule. A recent poll conducted by the Focaldata for the University of Glasgow John Smith Centre has sparked intense debate online after revealing that more than a quarter, that is 27% of UK's youth aged 16 to 29, would rather live under a dictatorship than a democracy. While democracy still holds a majority preference among young people, that is 57% versus 27%, the poll suggests a worrying trend. Gen Z's faith in democratic institutions is crumbling. Nearly two-thirds, that is 63% of those surveyed, believe that democracy is in trouble in the United Kingdom, and an overwhelming 72% feel that country has become too divided. The increasing skepticism towards democracy is not entirely unprecedented. Across the Western world, Western countries, many young people are growing disenchanted with the political system. Lower voter turnout, rising populism, and social unrest. These all are the indicators that tell us there is a deep crisis, one where democracy is perceived as failing to deliver on the promises it once said it will deliver. Then adding on to the crisis is the state of UK politics. In the past decade alone, British have seen multiple prime ministers come and go, with no leader managing a complete full term. From Brexit turmoil to pandemic response and ongoing economic struggle, instability has become something of a defining characteristic of UK's governance. For young people who have grown up in the era of chaos, democracy may be no longer seen as an effective solution, effective system it once was. The survey found stark political differences when it comes to authoritarian preferences. Nearly half, that is 48% of the identifying as right wing favored dictatorship over democracy, compared to just 17% of those on the left. Additionally, men were more likely to support authoritarian rule than women. Support for strong style leadership also increased with age, suggesting a broader shift, not one that is just limited to young sentiment or the rebellious young people. So the question that we must ask is, why is Gen Z losing faith in democracy? Number one, economic insecurity. The dream of financial stability feels increasingly out of reach for many young people. The survey revealed that financial worries, some 37%, work pressure 23%, and job security 20%, were the leading cause of anxiety. With the cost of living crisis, unaffordable houses, and stagnant wages, many feel abandoned by the democratic system. Then comes our second point, political disillusionment. Young people want solutions, not endless debates. Over a third, that is 36% of respondents, said that they wished politicians were more open, more honest. A similar percentage, that is 27%, wanted to see more young leaders in politics, while other 27% believed that government should prioritize issues that directly affect them, such as affordable houses, NHS investment, lower taxes for lower earners. The final point, social division and mistrust. With nearly three quarters, that is 72% of respondents, believing that UK has become too divided, there is a sense that democracy, rather than uniting people, is fostering political and social fractures. This may explain why some view dictatorship as a way to enforce orders and stability. Let me tell you that history is filled with examples of democracies sliding into authoritarianism when people feel unheard. Germany, for example, in the 1930s, saw a democratic republic give way to dictatorship due to economic struggles and social instability. More recently, leaders like Hungary's Viktor and Turkey's Erdogan has leveraged democratic systems to gradually centralize power. So the question is, could the UK experience a similar shift? While strong democratic institutions exist, growing young dissatisfaction is a warning sign that cannot be ignored. Despite the concerning numbers, the polls also revealed optimism. Nearly two-thirds, that is 63% of respondents, said that they remain hopeful about the personal futures. 72% described themselves as rather or very happy. This suggests that while they may be disillusioned with the system, they still hold hope, and I say again hope for positive change. The key takeaway it is that democracy must evolve to meet the need of young generation. If leaders fail to address economic and social concerns, the frustrations could translate into deeper political shifts, one that may not favor the democracy.